Thank you so much for joining us here at Lovely Being You. So, what about God's will being done? You have sometimes a person will come up to you and they'll do all sorts of things behind your back, not realizing that you are working on God's behalf. God asked you to do something and you're doing it. You're living in the presence of what God is asking you to do. You're not playing the game or trying to fight against these people, but they come against you, thinking that they're really doing something. You see, sometimes God will send a person on a quest and they'll ask them to do certain things. And they'll be like reading their Bible or whatever they're reading, their spiritual literature. And they are making the right choices. And they'll even come on maybe a YouTube or platform or even TikTok. They'll come on a platform and they'll speak on God's behalf. And they will be doing certain studying or doing their own personal spiritual work while they're not on the channel. And then the people who come against them over envy, jealousy, or what have you, whatever their reasoning is, they don't realize that they're fighting against God because God is the one who sent this person out on this quest. You see, when these things happen and the person is fighting against this person, sending all sorts of spell work and everything, it goes right back to them. And then they assume that that person was the one doing it. You see, God has all of us doing certain jobs. Some of us are right in the space that God wants us to be in. You think, oh no, I'm going to be here. No, God has you here for a reason. He's protecting you in this specific space. Okay? They had these guys who said, you know what? We got a plan. We're going to do this on Halloween night. We're going to win this time. And they set the plan in place and they go out and they try to do it. And all of these individuals who set out to do it, God ends up taking them out. When these things happen, people say, oh, what happened to them? How did that happen? That's horrible. But they don't realize what these people were doing, what they were orchestrating behind the scenes. A lot of people, and it's like starting something and not finishing it. When you start something, make sure that you're doing it with a good heart, with good intentions. You're not trying to hurt anyone. You're not trying to do anything negative against anyone else. You're just trying to set good intentions and follow out a plan with a good heart. Because a lot of people don't have the best of intentions, you know? It's like this guy. This guy was setting a trap, okay, for these children. And he just knew they were going to come back the same way. But they decided that they were going to put popcorn on the trail so they could find their way back. But they couldn't find their way back because the animals already ate the popcorn. So they could not find their way back, so they ended up going a different route. That was God's protection. God will protect you in ways that you would not even be able to imagine. He'll redirect your focus. Sometimes when you really think you're going in the right direction. You know, growing up, I went to school. When I first started writing, I was writing with my left hand. And the teacher said, no, that's wrong. You're supposed to write with your right hand. So I ended up writing with my right hand. But I was really a lefty. So what was the difference? The difference was the teacher decided that that was the wrong way of doing things. Everyone has their own way of doing things. But if you're going to do anything, do it with good intentions and make sure that you ask for God's direction, because he will never steer you wrong. You notice how your mother could love you and be so forgiving of you for no matter what you do. But God is the ultimate forgiveness. God is the ultimate person who's going to love you throughout it all. So just remember that, because it is so lovely being you.